When the chance to join Special Forces, World's Toughest Test came up, I was terrified, but also incredibly thrilled. It felt like one of those once-in-a-lifetime opportunities that you know will change you, even before you say yes. I knew this would be the hardest thing I'd ever done, pushing me to my absolute limits, both physically and mentally. The idea of stepping so far outside my comfort zone was daunting, but I also felt a spark of excitement I hadn't felt in years. People know me as the Bachelorette, a TV host, and a mom, but this was about discovering a new kind of strength, one that had nothing to do with cameras or scripts, but everything to do with heart and grit. I wanted to prove to myself that I could do something extraordinary, just for me. So I said yes, even though I had no idea what I was truly signing up for. The premiere was set for January 8th, and I'd be out there with other incredible people, including Trista Sutter. It was surreal to think I'd be standing shoulder to shoulder with such inspiring individuals, all of us facing the unknown together. To prepare, I made a huge change. I went completely dark on social media in May. No scrolling, no posting, no peeking at what everyone else was doing. I needed to block out the noise and focus on training, physically and mentally. Every day became about building resilience, not just in my body but in my mind and spirit too. It was a tough sacrifice, missing out on updates from friends and family, but it was necessary. I realized how much time and energy I'd been giving away, and I wanted to reclaim it for myself. My world became all about getting ready for the toughest test of my life. Early mornings, late nights, and a lot of sweat and self-doubt, but also moments of pride I never expected. Announcing it was just the first step, but it was a promise to myself to give it everything I had. I wanted to be able to look back and know I didn't hold anything back. I was ready to trade my normal life for a shot at something bigger, something that would challenge every part of me, and maybe even change the way I see myself. This was about facing my fears and seeing what I was truly made of. I wanted to find out if I could rise to the occasion, even when everything in me wanted to quit. I wanted to show my kids, and myself, that I could do hard things, that it's okay to be scared as long as you keep moving forward. The journey was about to begin, and I was ready to see just how far I could go. My training was the most intense experience of my life. I worked out 2 or 3 times a day, transforming my body and mind. This wasn't a typical fitness journey, it was extreme, and I had a clear goal. I reached out to past contestants like Hannah Brown and Nick Viall for advice. They all said, focus on mental strength. I hired a breathing coach, practiced Wim Hof techniques, and meditated daily. The physical change was obvious, but the mental shift was everything. Every day, I battled my own limits, sore, exhausted, but determined. I learned to find calm in chaos and push through pain. This level of training isn't for everyone, but it taught me discipline and resilience. I was building armor for the challenge ahead. The process was brutal, but every drop of sweat was worth it. I was ready for whatever the show would throw at me. None of this would have been possible without my husband, Kevin. From the very beginning, he believed in me, even when I doubted myself. He stepped up in ways I never expected, making sure our family stayed strong while I chased my dream. He became the primary parent for Molly and Riley, handling everything at home: meals, homework, bedtime stories, and all the little things that make a house feel like home. His support let me focus completely on my goal. I never had to worry about what was happening at home because I knew he had it covered. On tough days, he was my biggest cheerleader, reminding me why I started and encouraging me to keep going, no matter how hard it got. Knowing he had things under control gave me peace of mind to push myself further than I thought possible. That trust was everything. We were a team. His sacrifice was the foundation of my preparation. Every step I took was built on the love and effort he poured into our family. I missed little moments with my kids, but Kevin kept me connected with photos, videos, and sweet messages, making sure I never felt too far away. I wanted to make my family proud and show my kids what it means to chase a dream, to work hard, and to never give up on something you believe in. Having a partner who truly supports you is a gift, and I never take that for granted. His encouragement made all the difference. This journey was about our family's strength, not just mine. Together, we faced every challenge and celebrated every victory. I went into the challenge knowing I had the best team waiting for me at home, cheering me on every step of the way. I was doing it for me, but also for us, because every dream is bigger and brighter when you share it with the people you love. My motivation was simple. I wanted to prove to myself that I could do it. Deep down, I knew I needed to challenge myself in a way I never had before, to see what I was truly capable of when things got tough. I've been a mom, a wife, a TV host, and I've worn so many hats over the years. But this time, I needed to test my own limits, to step outside the roles I play for others, and focus on what I could achieve for myself. This wasn't about beating others. It was about silencing the voice that said, "You can't." I wanted to quiet that inner critic and replace it with a new sense of confidence and self-belief. I promised myself I wouldn't quit, no matter how hard it got. Every early morning, every setback, I reminded myself that giving up was not an option. A friend gave me a ring inscribed with "Keep beeping going," my mantra. That small gesture meant the world to me, and it became a symbol of my determination. Whenever I felt weak, I looked at that ring and remembered my promise. It was a reminder that I wasn't alone, that someone believed in me, and that I could keep moving forward. I knew the show would be brutal, but I was determined to finish. I prepared myself mentally and physically for every challenge that lay ahead. I pictured myself completing the final challenge, exhausted but proud. That image became my anchor, something to hold on to when I felt like giving up. That vision kept me going through the hardest days. I would close my eyes and see myself succeeding, and it gave me the strength to push through. This journey was about rewriting my own story and showing my kids that you're always stronger than you think. I wanted them to see that courage means facing your fears, even when it's hard. Growth happens outside your comfort zone. Every step into the unknown was a step toward becoming the person I wanted to be. I was ready to face the pain, the fear, and the unknown. I knew that every struggle would teach me something new about myself. I was ready to keep going, no matter what. This was my moment to prove to myself that I could rise above any challenge and keep moving forward. My Special Forces journey is more than a TV story. It's about inspiration. I hope other moms and families see that it's okay to chase a wild dream. Strength comes in many forms: raising a family, or pushing yourself to new limits. I wanted to reconnect with that raw, physical part of myself and show others they can too. Your special forces could be anything: a race, a new career, a new skill. None of this would have been possible without my family's support. We're stronger together, and supporting each other's dreams lifts everyone. I hope my story encourages open conversations about goals and teamwork. You're capable of more than you imagine. Sometimes it takes a big challenge to find that strength. Don't be afraid to prove to yourself just how tough you really are.